Uh-oh, hang on. I did something. Okay, I'm good now. It made my paper notes full screen and I was not ready for that. All right, so again, I'm going to be doing notes digitally and paper and pencil just in case. Just in case. So last class, we were comparing, seeing which one was bigger, which one was smaller. Now we're going to have to be looking into ordering, rearranging our numbers and putting in whatever order they ask us for. And they're going to ask us to put numbers in order in a few different ways. We've talked about these words already this year when we were putting in our integers in order, like on the number line, where we talked about the words ascending and descending. So remember that word ascending looks like ascender. We're going up. So we're going from least to greatest. Descending, descender. We're going from greatest to least. Descending, we're going down. Descending, we're going down. Greatest to least. So again, over here, ascending is least to greatest. Drag that word up there. It's all right if it's not straight. Descending, we're going from greatest to least. Those words, again, very important. We're seeing them for the second time this year already. We're going to start off doing the exact same steps that we did when we were comparing. We want to convert our numbers into decimals, and we want to stack them up. Oops. Convert our numbers to decimals, and then we want to stack them up. Now that we're ordering, we're going to have 3 or more numbers. With comparing, it's just looking at 2. With ordering, it's 3 or more. On our last set of notes here, how we wrote down the original form and then the decimal right next to it, that's really important here. Very important here to make sure that we're writing down the decimal next to what it originally was, because in our answer, we need to give the original form of the number, not the decimal. We need the original form of the number. Greatest, least. Again, write the given form of the number next to the decimal equivalent. Writing the decimal next to the equivalent. And again, you need to pay very close attention to the order that it asks. Ascending, descending, least to greatest, greatest to least. There's a few different ways they might be asking it. So look at the posters in the room for help. So for this first example, they're just giving us 3 numbers that they want us to put in ascending order. What does ascending mean again? We're going from least to greatest. Our number should be going from small to big. From least to greatest. I like to write down arrows. I like to write down least to greatest, greatest to least, whatever it is to help me remember, to help me visually see what I need to do. Make those notes off to the side. Again, this is a good thing to do with paper and pencil that you might not necessarily have when you're looking at the digital notes. So the numbers they give us are 88 hundredths, 9%, and 4/5. Let's go through our steps. First, we need to turn everything into a decimal. We've already got that. We've already got that for 0.88. 88 hundredths, good to go. 9%. How do we turn 9% into a decimal? What does Beyonce tell us to do? Put the decimal at the end and move it to the left, to the left. Fill in that extra jump with a 0. So we get 0.09 for that percent. And then 4/5. How do we go from a fraction to a decimal? Divide. 5 on the outside, 4 in the inside. How many 5s go into 4? 0. And multiply. 0 times 5 is 0. Subtract, we get 4. And oh no, we need to make another box because we've got something to carry over. Carry that forward, we've got 40. How many times does 5 go into 40? 8. 5 times 8 is 40 exact. So for this number, we get 0.8. Again, if you look at the digital notebook, that information is already there for you. But again, it's good to practice doing that math using paper and pencil because you're going to have to do that for the test. So now that we've turned everything into a decimal, we want to write the given form next to the decimal form so that we can compare them. 0.88 is going to stay the same. 9% was 0.09. I'm sure some of us might make that mistake and just do 0.9, 0.09. 9 hundredths, not 9 tenths. And then 4/5 was 0.8. But what did we add in that last set of notes to help us out to compare them? Because 9 looks bigger than 8, but we want to add that trailing 0 at the end to help us compare place value. Let's add that trail 0 here because 9 compared to 80, those are two very different things. Place value is huge. So we're going in ascending order. We're going from least to greatest. Out of those numbers, which one is the smallest? 0.09 is the smallest. So when I'm putting them in order over here, I'm going to write 0.09 for my smallest. And then what's the next smallest? 0.88 or 0.80? Which one is my next smallest? 0.80. So 4/5 is my next smallest number, making our biggest number 88 hundredths, 0.88. So now that we've put them in order, we want to write out our final answer. Again, for our final answer, we don't want to give these decimals for our answer. We want to give the form that they gave us, the numbers that we started with. So when I'm putting these in order, I would start off by writing that 9% was my smallest. I'm not writing the decimal. I'm writing the original form of the number. Next was 4/5. And then our greatest number was 88 hundredths. Again, we're writing the original form of the number. We want to write the original form of the number. So now if we move these little white pieces again, you can see that information. We can drag over on this side the original form of our numbers in ascending order from least to greatest, from smallest to biggest. On the back side of this page, I took off half the problems. I'm only going to have you do the odds on this paper, practicing putting them in order. There's space on the side for you to show your work, to write these things out. If you're using the computer version of things, you can click and drag to put these numbers in order. Click and drag to put the numbers in whatever order they belong. Once you have gone through and done these problems, please check in with us. We can make sure you're on the right track. Again, show your work. Paper copy, it's easy, it's right there. If you're using the digital copy, if you're using the digital notebook, you can't write on that white space on the side, but you do have paper that you can use. You can, if you're at school, you can borrow some from me in the back. Ask us for paper, we'll get you some. If you're at home, any piece of paper that you can find is fine. If you have notebook paper, awesome. If you have printer paper, awesome. If you need to use an envelope from bills, use that to show your work to help you solve the problem. If you have any questions, let us know. Good luck.